Today I'm going to show you how to use Japanese past tense form or ta form, and I'll go through some examples and conjugation, of course, so you can conjugate it. Ta form is basically the same as ta form. Only thing you do is to change e to a. If you didn't saw my video for ta form or just don't understand it, I'll quickly go through the conjugations. Iru or eru. So verbs that end with iru or eru. When you want to conjugate it to ta form, you will remove the ru, the e or I stays there, and put ta at the end. For example, taberu, you remove the ru and add ta, tabeta. Or hikaru no, miru, mita. That is for iru eru. Now when you have the most common verbs, which is u, tsu, or ru ending verbs, you will remove the u, tsu, or ru and change it for ta. Ta with small tsu behind. For example, katsu, ka, ta. If you don't understand small tsu, it's just repeating of the first letter in English of the character in hiragana. For example, if you have ta, you will do t, ta. But the first t is it is quite hard, but when you understand it is easier. Utsuru ta. If you have the hikaru, hikatta, katsukatta, utsuru, utsutta. Easy. Now when you have mu, bu, or nu ending verbs, you will remove the mu, bu, or nu and change it for nda. Nda. Same as in that form, it is nde, here it is nda. For example, shinu, shinda. Neko ga shinda. My cat died. When you have ku, you change it to ita, and gu, change it to ida. Example, oyogu, oyoida. And I wanted to say iku for the ku, but iku is an exception. When you do iku, you say ita. Same as for utsuru. It is just a regular verb, exception, you just have to remember it. So for ku, you can use hiraku, which is to open, hiraita, I opened. Or aku, which is something opens, aita, it opened. Su is changed to shita. Example is shirusu, shirushita. And regular verbs suru and kuru, shita, kita. Now when you understand conjugation, let's go through some examples, and I will also go through some grammar so you can also learn more Japanese just by learning this form. By the way, if you want to see more examples, sentences, and a lot of more details in your Japanese learning structure, check the first link in the description, which is my full Japanese course for beginners. And let's go to the examples. 朝ごはんを食べた. I ate breakfast. 朝ごはん means breakfast. 食べる, as I already said, and it's quite popular word, so you probably know, is to eat. 朝ごはんを食べた. I ate a breakfast. Another example. もう宿題終わった. I have already done my homework. も means already. You can use it in sentences like this. You could say もう朝ごはんを食べた. I already ate my breakfast. もう宿題やった. Or 終わった. I have already done my homework. Shukudai, yes, homework. Owaru means to end. Owaru, it's a ru ending verb, so you do ta with the double T. Owatta. Sensei ni homerareta. Sensei means teacher. Ni could mean by in this situation. It is quite harder to remember and it has a lot of usages. You could say プールに行く and it means プールに行く and it means I'm going to the pool. I'll have a video on ni particle. But in this context, sensei ni by teacher, homeru means to praise someone, and homerareru means to be praised. When you say rareru like this, it could be either potential form, which is expressing being able to do the thing. For example, homerareru can mean I can praise. Or it could be passive voice, which means instead of doing the verb, homeru, I praise someone, you the verb happens to you. Homerareru, I am being praised, or someone praises me. You have to assume a lot in Japanese. In this context, it is more obvious that it is the passive voice. The praise is happening to the speaker because you are using the ni, the by, and sensei ni homerareta doesn't make any sense if it was the potential form. I have a video on potential form and even on the passive form, so you can go and watch it. Or you can also remember it like this. When you have homeru, eru or iru, you change it to homerareru, and it is either of those. Homerareru is iru or eru, so you change it to homerareta. I was praised. Henna yume mita. I had a weird dream. Hen means weird, and it is an adjective. So if you do henna yume, you have to connect the hen and yume with na. Henna yume, which means dream, mita. It means I saw it, but when you say yume o mita in Japanese, it means I had a dream. And miru, which ends with iru, iru eru, you take the ru and change it for ta, mita. One special tip for learning Japanese, when you take the past tense, ta form, for example, mita, and add ra in hiragana at the end, you have mitara. You change the meaning from I saw, just past tense, it happened, to if it happens. So, mitara or ittara or any tara means if in Japanese. It is one of the ways. There are maybe three, maybe even more. But this is the one that is connected to past form, so I'm going to show it quickly in this video. One quick example. Ame ga furu. Ame means rain. Furu means fall. Ame ga furu means it rains in Japanese. Ame ga futta because furu, futta, it rained. And when you say ame ga futtara, yabai. If it rains, yabai, I'm fucked. Kassa motte nai kara. You could also do mitara korosu. If I saw something happening, it is concluded from the context. If, for example, you are talking about stealing your food, your friend stealing your food, when you say mitara korosu, if I see you doing that, I'll kill you. That is everything for this video. I hope that you learned how to use the ta form and even the if, because you will be using it a lot in Japanese. And also when the if video comes out, go and watch it, it will be great. If you didn't remember the form, you can always go and revise the video, or you can even go and watch my form video, which makes you revise form and form, which are also quite popular in Japanese. I'd appreciate if you would like and subscribe, and goodbye.